What's up, y'all? I did not have intentions on vlogging this morning. Look, sleep still on my face. I actually slept in a smidge this morning because I didn't sleep in last night. Well, I didn't sleep well last night, I should say. But the reason why I even decided to do this was because Noelle just came in the kitchen and she's like, "We have a lot of trash," and it's not really bothering me today, but it's very much like, I think it just like kind of reminded me of how much I'm doing around here. Like how much everything has kind of changed in a way that I'm like literally doing everything. And most of the time it doesn't feel overwhelming, but I definitely know that there are things that are being left undone. But I got up this morning and I made breakfast because there's like one breakfast that everybody will eat, which is like a hot eggs, grits, and sausage breakfast. Every time I come in this kitchen, he wants to go outside. Every time I come in here, he follows me in here so that he can go outside. No matter how many times I come in here, he does this. So because it's the weekend, and it's just something about the weekend that feels less stressful, less overwhelming. Honestly, it doesn't even just feel like it. It really is, because even when she doesn't go to co-op, she still has schoolwork. There's still nurses coming. There's still activities happening. So I did want to make warm breakfast for everybody, hot breakfast for everybody. And there's leftover eggs, there's leftover sausage. Noelle, who we got these big bag of sausage patties from Costco, and at first she was liking them, and then she decided like she missed the sausage links that I get from like Target or the supermarket, and they're like a maple flavored one, which I typically don't buy them that often because I know that the meat isn't trying to make sure the meat is hormone free is what I'm trying to say. So I don't typically buy them. But she ate her breakfast and there's still a sausage in the bowl, but the bowl is in the sink. And that makes me mad. Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? And because I made this warm breakfast, I now have dishes everywhere. And I try not to use dishes that can't go in the dishwasher because I'm trying to like take things off my plate. So now the question is, I want to run the dishwasher twice today to like clean up all of this stuff. And then later after dinner is going to be pork tenderloin and some white rice. Lunch is leftovers. She's been consistently eating pasta with butter and Parmesan cheese. My hair, I just took my do-rag off, and my hair, this is just what it looked like. So she's gonna have that, and then Leon has some fried rice that's left over, and then we have some like pulled chicken that we were making nachos with. We don't have enough tortilla chips to make more nachos, so we're just gonna like see what it tastes like combined. That'll be lunch. Yeah, there is, let me show y'all all the trash that's sitting in here. Trash, empty boxes, tons of trash. We make even more trash now because of all of Leon's supplies. Like when he has to get cleaned up, all of that stuff generates even more trash. So I'm now having Leon would take the trash out prior. He actually would just open. He has the trash cans in front of the window. He would just open the window and put them in the trash bin outside of the window, or like we would take it on our way out. So now that's another thing that I don't really keep up with, especially because if there's days where I am not getting dressed, like I should be, don't know if it'll actually happen, but I should be more mindful of like the days that I actually do need to leave the house. If there's trash that can go out when I'm on my way out the door so that it can not pile up this way. I also just went and picked up the dog's food. I have 2 boxes sitting here that are full of reusable ice packs. Both of these boxes are full of reusable ice packs from all of the antibiotic deliveries, and I don't want to waste them, but they also can't stay here because the amount of boxes that I'm looking at right now is making my body tight, and I need to like clean up. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to finish vlogging today. I don't really have anything else going on. I'm just going to be doing laundry, and I would like to get Noelle's hair washed today, but even I don't have the enthusiasm to do it. So I'm actually nervous I'm going to forget, because there's no part of me that wants to do it. So that should take place today, may or may not. And then if it doesn't, I need to figure out when I'm going to do it, because she does not like getting her hair washed during the week. She very much feels like it's a weekend thing. But maybe just in this moment, I don't feel like doing it, because I know I'm tired right now. Because it's already 11 o'clock, and I feel like I just finished the morning. Like, even that sleeping in doesn't feel like a reward, or it doesn't feel like a form of self-care, because now I feel like it puts me behind. We finished breakfast. I got Leon situated, did all of his morning care. He's doing his medications now. And I'm like, well, it's about to be lunchtime. And I have all this laundry to do. For sure. I'm not going to say all this laundry. I have at least 3 or 4 loads of laundry to do. Because I didn't do it on Friday, which used to be laundry day. And now I need to rethink whether or not Friday should continue to be laundry day, because I'm not getting to it on Fridays like I am used to doing. Maybe I should do laundry on Thursdays when she's at her co-op. And that's the only thing I do, because she's not gone that long, but it's maybe long enough to at least get like most of it done.
You forgot to put your...
I will say this, and this will probably be the last thing I say today. I get really frustrated with feeling like I don't get to show up for her the way that I want to as a parent. Because there's so much on my plate, and this becomes a very sensitive topic for me, because people have really great intentions on wanting to be supportive, and there's a lot of times people don't know how to be. They don't know how to show up. They don't know what I need. I don't know what I need more than half the time. And so, like, sometimes my feelings get unintentionally hurt, and even though I know that that's not the person's intention, it is hurtful when sometimes the response I get is a solution that is not feasible. Like, I am very self-aware, and one of the things I talked about with my therapist in the past was, like, sometimes I don't reach out for help because I can think a lot of things through, and if I feel like I've exhausted all possibilities on my own mentally, then I feel like, what is the point of me? I'm gonna be frustrated if I bring it to somebody and they're giving me the same thing. And so I say all that to say, I'm not looking for solutions. In this current moment, I'm not. I have to be open to it, and I'm not open to it right now, because people are going to mean well, but it may just frustrate me when people are suggesting things that I have already considered, I have already tried. So I say all that to say, having my plate be so full makes it really hard to show up for her in a way that she deserves. Her coming in here and interrupting me really shouldn't be that big of a deal, and it really, you know, the world will keep spinning. Like, nobody's in this vlog is going to care that, like, Noelle interrupted. But I get frustrated because I feel like I'm communicating what it is that I'm doing and what it is that I need. And I feel like it's a constant thing. And it's frustrating to feel ignored, or like, I don't like repeating myself. But because I'm doing so much, I don't have the patience to allow space to keep repeating myself. When I know that she does it all the time, like, it's not something that I think is going to change overnight. And so that's part of it. It's like, I'm needing her or wanting her to show up in a way that I don't think she's capable of right now. But then I'm also not capable of showing up way more patient than what I am right now. And I don't like to parent from a place of patience, because they run out. And then what happens? I like to work as a team. I like to find tools that I feel allows us all to continue to be in a safe space and leave room for us to be who we are. And I hate when I feel like my frustration, like, once I'm frustrated, that's when you're like, oh, I took it too far. I'm doing too much. I should probably, like, walk out of here now. Because now she's with her dad, and now she's quiet now. And, like, once I stop recording, it's like she hasn't been here in I don't know how long now. But that's a very hard thing for me, because the easy answer to some people is, I need help, I need a team, I need support. Why isn't this person doing this? Why isn't this person showing up in the way that like we all deserve? And I don't have answers. And even if I was able to explain certain things that don't make sense, it doesn't change the fact that I do feel very much like there's a lot on my plate in my day in and day out, that I don't have somebody that I can tag in to do any of the things that people think that I should be getting assistance with. That's just the fact of the matter. Like, we're just not in a space right now to have help come in that's paid. And I think having help come in that people think should exist in the form of like family and friends showing up. Everybody is living their lives. Everybody has stuff going on. People are not close enough. And then some people just don't show up in the way that people would think that they would. And that's just a fact. And I'm not looking for that to change. I am in a place of acceptance, and I am in a place of like realizing that what it should look like, we have to create that. We have to create what it is that our family needs, because what it should look like is not the reality. And that's not true. I was going to say there's no resentment there. That's not true. There is some, and that's a very real thing. There is some. But I also feel like I don't know how to describe it. Like, I feel like there's also the acceptance of aging. And now I'm in this like place of, I'm watching my mom and my grandmom get older. But then I also need to make space for my kid to grow up. But then in the middle is me starting to feel my own body aging, and what do I want to do about that, so that I have the energy, the flexibility, the wherewithal to like get it all done. And then we went through this really traumatic thing, and so Leon's body is not what we're used to it being either. And it's like, at one point he did make a statement where he was like, we thought that you would be the one to like get older faster, because I am older than him. And so, and I truly believe that this is just a season. Like, he's going to get stronger again. I don't want to say necessarily back to where he was. He could come back even better, or he can come back somewhere close to that. Whatever it looks like, I need to make room for that. And I want to make room for that. But it doesn't always look like people being able to step in, and people being able to come in and say, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. So I say all that to say, my plate is very full. I'm taking out the trash, like I said, doing the laundry, cooking all the meals, and the cleanup after all of the meals. And so I'm doing all of the back and forth to activities, back and forth to co-op, grocery shopping, for the most part thinking of the meals, because if I tell Leon what we have, he can help me think about what it is that we should make. But him not even being able to come into the kitchen and look around to see what we even have and like where to go from here. Every morning I ask the same thing: is there any requests for breakfast? And nobody ever knows what they want for breakfast. And we do this every day. And then the dog, I just went and got the dog's food and forgot to get a refill on his medication. So now I have to reach out to them and say, oh yeah, he needs more meds too. And then that's another trip I have to make, when I could have did all at once, had I thought to be like, hey, let me get his meds at the same time. But anyway, we talked about this a little. Me and Noelle actually got into this conversation briefly, and probably hopefully a vlog that you guys saw already based on how this all gets edited. But we had a conversation about the hard things that people don't see. And I do have a fear that I'm going to come across in these vlogs as very much like the stereotypes of Black women that none of us like to really accept and sit in, because they're not necessarily true. I'm not angry. I'm not aggravated. I'm not, I'm not mean. I am just, this is just how it's coming out, because I'm overwhelmed and I'm doing a lot and I'm overstimulated. My kid is loud 85% of the day. The dog is barking currently for God knows what reason. And then she's going to want to touch me when I go to lay down. Like, she's going to be in my space, and she's going to want to be all over me, and she's going to want even more attention. And she wants to be a part of the conversation, which I don't blame her. She's the only kid in the house. She wants to be a part of the conversations that me and her husband, because that's sometimes she be forgetting that that's my husband. Me and my husband are having. And again, I can't blame her. It's just the three of us. If we're supposed to be a team, I think what her version of that looks like is not sometimes always the reality of it. Like, there's still the separation of husband and wife from mother and child, father and child, and then us as individuals. So yes, that was the last thing I wanted to add, was like, it's a very real thing that I am frustrated quickly. It's a very real thing that I'm overstimulated quickly. It's a very real thing that I feel like I'm doing my best, and my disappointment comes in that I don't have more room and space to show up even better than I would like to show up in this season for her. Because Leon is way more flexible. He's way more understanding. He's an adult. He gets it way more than she does. And it is a sensitive thing for me. And so I'm trying to prepare my heart and my mind that as I'm open about this, people receive it in a way that is meant, and that I'm not being seen as like this mean, bitter woman, and like my poor husband and my poor child, because like, look how she talks to them, look how she treats them. And like, I know that I'm patient because I see it every day when I'm not flipping my I know that I'm kind. I see it every day because I am thinking about these things, and I am treading as lightly as I can. And I'm not going to be perfect, and there's going to be moments where I do lose it. But I'm also proud of myself that if the worst of it is that I look a certain way on camera, but I haven't done anything that's unsafe for her or traumatizing for her, it's a win, because I'm not going to show up perfect. And it's a huge gap of like where I started, where I want to be, where I started, and where I am now. And I remind myself all the time that a lot of these changes aren't going to happen in just one generation. You know, like, at least this has been something that I'm starting, and I'm planting the seeds, and I'm doing the work so that she can show up even better for herself in her future. And then if she chooses to have children, hopefully it spills over into how she gets to show up as a parent, so that maybe her body won't respond the way that my body does to certain things that should have just been a norm and should just be okay. You know, I have to leave room for her to be a human who has her own emotions, and she's her own person. And I can't make her fit into this box that she does not fit into. And so if we're going to be very intentional, that's a lot of hard work. You know, gentle parenting, because I know it's a very thing, is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of thought behind it. It's a lot of work for you as an individual to be able to give this person what it is that you feel like they need and deserve. All right, I'm gonna go before she come back in here again, because I'm gonna let her have space to be herself, and I need to go do laundry. Bye, guys. Y'all, I am not having the greatest day. It's a Sunday. I have 4 loads of laundry to do, 3 bags of trash that needed to go outside. I need to wash Noel's hair, and everything that I planned to do at dinner was not going well. So as I'm laying in my bed, frustrated, because not only did I have to do 4 loads of laundry, the knob on the dryer is broke. So every time I have to start it up, I gotta turn the thing to turn it up, and then I can hear it going off way sooner than it's supposed to be going off. So now I gotta keep going back in there more than I thought I should have to go in there to get these clothes dried. I'm scrolling on TikTok because, you know, why not? Because I'm at this point, I'm avoiding all my responsibilities. And I see this guy eating donuts, and I was like, I want donuts. I think I want donuts. And my husband, being the wonderful person that he is, he's just going to co-sign it. He's like, well, you should get donuts. Then I decided that I'm going to make this a reward. Decided I was going to treat myself to donuts once I got all my stuff done. They ain't got no donuts. At least I got most of my stuff done. I'm not really done, but I was going to eat it after I got done. But there ain't nothing to eat because they ain't had no daggone donuts. Why y'all open till 8 o'clock if y'all don't have no donuts and it's only 5:30?